Can you hear me now through the earphones? Yeah.
Okay.
So that gives you a good thing. This is the angle I was talking about.
Right.
Rightio. So when that, that could have made us live actually. So welcome viewers to the first of the Australian Open semi-finals. We have Ben Taylor-Matthews from the UK, who is currently in the process of finalising his challenge for the World Championship, and he's down in Australia getting ready for that, and this is part of his preparations, no doubt. He has a world ranking of number 4, a handicap of -6, and his primary club is Bristol. He's a professional, and he's won or been at least a finalist in British and the French, and also the Australian Open before in 2014 and 2016, and he's been in a myriad of US Open semi-finals since 2011. So he's had a fairly strong history. He in recent years has dropped a fair bit of weight, and he's a lot faster than he was from when he was last in Australia. He showed that in his last match, and seemed to easily account for Lewis Williams. His opponent today, and we're just showing you there some of the stats between Ben, and one of the ones to look at there is he lost to Kieran in the quarterfinals, 3-6, 3-6, 3-6 in Melbourne last year. So that'll be interesting. We'll be wanting to turn that around in this game today. Now Kieran Booth is his opponent. He's aged 44 and is recognised as the best amateur in the world, and has been for some time now. He's carried Australia through several Bathurst Cup wins, nearly off his own racket completely, because there you have to play a singles and also a doubles. His handicap is -4, so it's very close to similar to Ben's. He's been an Australian Open finalist last time in 2020, a French Open semi-finalist in 2016, and a US semi-finalist in 2014. But look at this, he's an Australian and plays out in Melbourne now, and if you look at, he's been Victorian Open champion virtually since 2012, 14, 15, and to get to here today, he beat Chris Chapman in his quarterfinal, 4-4 and 2, and he lost last year to Nick Howe, who is also challenging for the World Championship, in straight sets. And to get here today, he hasn't dropped a set. If you look at, he played Darcy Webster-Jones in the first round of this tournament and beat him in straight, and also Chris, as I said a little while ago, in straight as well. So the last meetings between these two was 4th of January in the Australian Open round of 16. I think where Kieran won 3-3 and 3. I'm not sure. Oh, of course, that was a year ago. That was the last time they met. So I was getting confused there. 4th of January, and I'm thinking 4th of January was last week, but it's 2024.
2025 Australian Open singles semi-final
move over
match.
now to
Best of
our
5 6-game sets.
Marker, Brett Richardson.
Receiving end, we've got Ben
Brett
Taylor-Matthews
McFarlane,
from the Bristol Real Tennis Club.
Two Bretts.
And the service end, we've got Kieran Booth from the Royal Melbourne Tennis Club.
Looks like Kieran to serve. We'll see if he starts off with his customary railroad, but he's also been serving a lot of giraffes and PKs lately. I'd like to introduce to my co-commentator, John Heyman. Welcome, John.
Thank you.
Ben won't be happy with that.
15 love.
First unforced error to Ben. Kieran sticking with the railroad as we thought to begin with. Missed the dead-ons, he won't be happy with that either. Now it's interesting, John. Ben didn't immediately go for the galleries, so it looks as though he's not going straight for the service. If you noticed in that first one, I would have thought he'd go for the galleries. Oh, another unforced error.
Love.
Trying to go for galleries there. It looked like it. They decided that maybe time to get a serve.
Love first set.
He won't be happy with that first game. Let's see if he starts the second game and looks for the serve straight away, which I think he might. He won't want to be facing Kieran's serve all day.
Oh, he's having a very slow start.
There we go. That's what I would have expected in the first game. Straight to those galleries. And as Barry Tote says, you know, if you've got a serve that seems to be working, just stick with it. Don't bother changing it. And it's working for Kieran at the moment. Lovely length.
15 all.
Quite happy with that, and he'll play that a lot, I reckon, against Kieran, because it makes Kieran run all the way to the other side of the court on his railroad. Yep.
Yeah.
30, 15.
Now here we go. Kieran's changing his serve. This is the probably the giraffe that he's been interested in. No, demi-PK.
40-15, chase the second gallery.
Ben will be a bit happier with this start, John.
Where's the hole in the court in the wall?
We haven't seen that yet. We'll probably see it. It's down towards the service end around chase 4, I think, 3 and 4. Now this is going to be interesting to see what Ben serves here. It's a gallery, and he'll probably be going for a railroad to begin with, I would have thought, to try and close down that that avenue. But let's see how we go.
Server leads.
But it probably won't be his favourite serve.
Second gallery.
Yep, here we go, a railroad. Customary acknowledgement of the crowd. First time down here. Oh, he was just trying to sneak it over there into the hazards.
30-40.
Still got a game point. He'll be wanting this. Here we go. He's off to serve possibly a demi or a giraffe. A giraffe, it looks like. Yep.
Chase better than 3.
That's vicious, that forehand corner on the Hobart court.
Yep.
Yep. As we know, it
back corner.
Yep, it gets it. John Hamer says back corner because he's a left-hander, everyone.
You call it a forehand corner.
I call it a forehand corner. He calls it a back corner. Introducing today John Hamer, who has just recently won the B grade Royal Melbourne Tennis Club.
Very similar standard.
He's been playing against me for some 50 years, so we know each other relatively well. Okay, Ben's still got a game point. Kieran to serve.
40-30. Receiver. Chase better than 3.
Oh, he's opted also for the wide serve. Demi-PK. He won't be happy with that. Kieran likes to put the first serve in. He's very assiduous on that regard.
Chase.
That's beautifully played, 1-all.
One game
that
all.
shows that forehand corner here. the
One all
players
per
like
set.
Ben and you'll see Camden and Kieran, they all put vicious cut to keep it down in that corner and they get rewarded. There we go, he left that. So that's a showing,
Chase better than
ladies
the
and
second
gentlemen,
gallery.
that Ben's very
Better than
happy
the
now to
second. Yep,
start
level.
getting the serve early. He wasn't to begin with in the game, but he is now. He left it for a hazard.
Correct. Correct.
He's just querying exactly what's out on the Hobart court up there. Oh, that's unusual too for Kieran.
15
You
love.
remember, viewers, that just a day or so ago he barely missed a forehand volley, so he's under a little bit more pressure today. Quite often serves a bobble after he's missed that. No, it's a demi-PK. Ben Taylor-Matthews, John, has been playing the Tamba very well in this tournament. He's been quite comfortable with it, and it's a bit of a different angle, viewers, from other courts in the world. We share it with Oxford. Also, Ben's just got to hit the ball back. He probably got put off by the clatter. But the rule is that if he picks up and plays on, then
30-15.
up to the other player to have played on and not made a mistake. If he makes a mistake, he can, as I understand it, ask for. That's what they're discussing now. The Ted Cochran rule is that it immediately stops the point, but that's not the international rules. As I understand it, John?
Yeah. Balking.
Line.
Oh,
Chases 30-15.
Beautifully played by Ben. That's what I mean. He's very comfortable with that Tamba now. He knows where to run around. Here we go. We'll watch this again with the racket. No, yep. Just after he dropped the racket, he apologised to Ben for it. We're just doing a bit of a replay here. There it is. He dropped it completely. He's picked it up. Ben, actually, to his credit, didn't try to hit it away. He's actually hit it up and allowed him to get to it. I'd say that's probably a bit of sportsmanship on Ben's part. What do you think, John?
Yep.
That's close.
Just gently. He might have been going for a Zidane, of course.
30-15, server leads.
Got a
Has
hazard.
chase better than the second gallery.
He's opted for the railroad, of course, to keep the galleries out of the picture. Whoa.
Chase.
Nice, vicious bit of pace from
30 all,
Kieran there.
chase the line.
Chase the line. It's going to be a similar sort of point. He's opted back to a wide railroad. Yep. This is very much a Rob Fay serve. Oh, they'll be pissed. They'll be disappointed with that.
40-30.
They'll be disappointed with that volley. He had it there all open and UOP's going on. It's cost him a game point. Oh, and Kieran will be disappointed with that. We have quite a few unforced errors as can happen in the beginning of a match like this. It's a warm day here in Hobart. Getting close to 30. It'll get heat up in this court. Now you'll see, viewers,
Receiver.
Ben Taylor-Matthews likes the half volley. He'll play quite a few of them and is quite happy to take it on that. It's gone around for a fault. He'd be happy with that. Wouldn't want the serve to drop in there.
Good ball.
Game.
Now, viewers, you might have just noticed there, I think we can see the
2
hole in
games
the
to
wall,
1.
John, where it came down
First
there. We'll
set.
keep an eye out for it, but talking to Ben, talking to Cam through the air yesterday, he said that it's there and it's going everywhere at the moment. Oh, first grill of the game. First grill of the match. Snuck it there past the
15
Tamba.
up.
Kieran would normally expected to see that. Stop it. Kieran there waiting for the fault call. It was very close to a fault. Didn't come, so he had to play it, but he definitely was expecting the fault call to come, don't you think, John? It's very close to the yellow line here, viewers. It's hard to see off that camera. chase. He went after it but missed it.
15 all.
Lost the serve. Doesn't like that ball. Viewers, he's aiming for between the third and fourth window there, which is in this court. It isn't in a lot of other courts around the world.
30-15.
That's a double fault.
Double
That's
fault.
very uncharacteristic for professionals at this level.
So win 35th?
He'll be,
30-15.
he'll be very upset with himself inside. He's gone back for the same set of serves.
It's worse than 5. Worse than 4.
Worse than
Worse
four.
than
Zero
5,
bounce
30-15.
from the corner.
So viewers, that forehand corner in Hobart is such a difficult corner because we've always had a little bit of issues with damp, rising damp there, and can't see the hole. It might have been on the other side. We'll have to keep an eye out for that, John. But with viewers, we've had a little bit of rising damp in that corner over the years, and it comes and goes, unfortunately. So it means that when the ball enters that forehand corner, you can't be assured of
30-15,
what angle it's
server
going to
leads.
come out
Chase
of,
worse
and
than
also it can
4.
sometimes just play dead like like that one did. Worse than 4. Kieran happy with any of those windows on that street, but
40-15,
he happened to
chase
get the
worse
winning
than
gallery.
5.
Worse than 5. So Kieran loves finishing off chases with that galleries.
Chase.
Oh.
Game 3 games
Ben's
to 1.
found the gallery on the way down.
3-1
A
first
good
set.
length backhand, but found the gallery. It's lost him the chase, so he's down 3-1. Kieran would be very happy with this start. Lovely 2 shots from Kieran, are peppering the timber.
15 love.
Oh, he's thinking about it. Going to stick with his railroad. Loves his railroad on this court. He grew up on this court. Oof. Very surprising play from Ben. Now, I thought he would have attacked that penthouse, John. What did you think?
I thought he was going to go for the big hit. But
Yeah, he's smiling there.
Okay.
He's thinking, why didn't I? But he just didn't have enough confidence in the bounce, I think. 15 all.
Better than the door.
Opts for the long
15
chase.
all.
He's definitely looking for the chasers earlier now, John, don't you think?
well, his first game he had no attempts, so yeah.
Bet in the door. But that's for when we change over, viewers. Still 15 all. That is
30,
most
15.
uncharacteristic from Ben from the earlier week. He was really punishing that shot earlier in the week into the forehand dead on. There he's... I think he was just timid there, John. Looked like it.
The bounce.
This is not going to work for
better
Ben. If
than
he
the
doesn't
ball.
get on the front foot, John, and get aggressive, you know, Kieran is just going to keep going for winners on this court. He knows this court like the back of his hand, having grown up with it. Like there, he just picked the winning gallery very easily. He knows this forehand corner. He's very comfortable in there. So Ben is going to have to revert to that game that he had earlier in the week where he was very aggressive. That's my take on it anyway. Not that I would know, but
Well, he had much in the forehand corner there. He had success when he got it to length. And that
Yeah.
was
40,
basically
15
what got him the
receiver.
first game.
Better than the door.
so Kieran's going. I reckon he's going to opt for a fairly hard return here. Kieran could even be a boast. There he goes. Well returned by Ben. But there, Kieran was always going
30,
to head
40.
hard into that forehand corner. 30-40. This is quite a crucial point now. 3-1 down. Ben really wants this set. Oh no.
Game. 4 games
Big
to
difference.
1.
Big difference between 2-3
4-1,
and
first
4-1.
set.
He's going to really have to work hard to get back in this set, Ben. There he's going. He's opting for between those two windows we were talking about, which is in this court, not in many courts around the world.
Well back.
It's worse than 3.
Didn't like the bounce, decided not to play it.
Level.
Kieran's very much at home with our camera. Ben did it too hard there. Now you saw, viewers, there that Ben's very
15
comfortable
love.
on the half volley. Quite often opts for the half volley rather than leaving it. Oh, he's another unfortunate.
15 all.
Doesn't like it. I would have thought by this time of the week, John, he'd be starting to get comfortable with what that forehand corner does, which is never the same. Yes, lovely return there from
Don't let
Ben.
it bounce.
Yep, he didn't let it bounce, took it off the
30,
ball. Quite
15.
a difficult shot, very strong wrists. Showed how to push it across there, but I think he's thinking hard, what does he do here?
Second gallery. 2 chases, 30,
Viewers,
15.
what Ben's opting for here is the Ronaldson approach, where a slower serve normally begets a slower return. So I think he's trying to, we've lost our screen there for the moment, he's trying to make sure that that if he gets a nice, tight, slow serve, that it'll stop Kieran from really bashing out, which on the back walls of this court starts to really get you some opportunities. I'm not sure Ben can save this set at the moment. Unless he does changes something, John, what do you
He's
think?
going to have to change. He's going to have to go back
30,
to try and
15. Receiver.
get the right length into the corners.
Worse than 3. Receiver.
Great streaming here, brought to you by the Ben Gatenbeck. Done a fantastic job for the real tennis world of bringing this streaming up into the third world, or the first world, if you like.
30 all. Second gallery.
Another unforced error. That's the first main ball dead on we've seen from Ben. He hit heaps the other day. I can't fathom that he's not playing that shot more, because Kieran's serve is quite fast, and it lends itself to following it up the court and really hitting it fast as well. And Ben's played lots of times Camden and Rob, who just annihilate that serve with that. So Kieran doesn't get any thing from playing those guys with that. Oh.
Game. 2 games to 4.
Hopefully it's the commentator's curse on Kieran that I've said that he's looking good in this set. Ben's fighting his way back. Vital 7th game now, viewers. This is going to be very interesting to watch. Leave that? No. Opted to play it into the galleries. He was thinking, so he's definitely thinking, yes, I'm going to get the serve now.
Bubble.
Vital 7th game, viewers, because so often it turns the difference between whether it's going to be 3-4, 5-2, and that makes all the difference as to whether you're in the hunt or not in the hunt in this set. That's what I was expecting before, so that's how the others play Kieran's
15 love.
forehand. They get in there. It gives them the angle across court onto the main wall to get into that very close into the wall in that dead on. Virtually impossible to volley out. And on the Hobart court, the wall is so grippy they can play it really late. He's missed that, and it's gone up and hit the roof. That shows the power of
15
it.
all.
Viewers, John, you and I at
quite hard
our
to
age don't hit it that hard anymore. Don't have to worry about that. Okay, Kieran's opting the demi, I'd say. That's where he takes it.
Gallery twice.
It was a sidewall serve in the end.
15 all.
So Kieran quite often opts on this court for what looks like the demi to begin with, but hits the sidewall on the basis that it comes out in front of the player rather than has them on the back foot going back. And it shows too that Ben there is very happy to get the serve. He's just let it. We're just looking at that main wall force again, which he takes right over on his forehand and whips it across. Okay.
15 all. Last gallery.
Last gallery. There's a mid-court chase. It's going to be interesting to see what Ben serves here. He's going to try and serve something that's, I would have thought, try and restrict Kieran a bit. He's gone for a railroad.
Someone who's played on this court before.
Yeah, exactly, John. Very comfortable with
15.
the winning gallery wall and knows that it's going to get down there right in the guts of where last gallery is.
Last gallery.
This has become a very important point now. This is nearly a set point. Great stroke by. Oh, he's missed it. He was going for it.
Hit the ledge.
And missed it.
And out.
30 all.
30 all.
Fantastic. It would have been, like, same as those viewers, I said set point nearly. It would have been 40-15, 4-2. Would have really meant where the set was going. Now with 30 all, 4-2.
Gallery 30 all.
Kieran's decided he's not staying down that end. Goes straight for the best gallery. Great straight. Great straight back. That's all he can do there. This is going to be interesting. Extra play down that ball. Beautiful. Kieran was probably looking for another Tampa shot. But it's interesting. Kieran just went a little bit quiet on that. It was a great get though off the Tampa there. The difficulty here, viewers, is that anything that just touches the main wall then goes to the Tampa on the Hobart court tends to go behind you. So Kieran's remonstrating. Look at the galleries. Look at the galleries. Just go for them. Ben is doing so well now. Really lucky to get the edge of the dead-ons there. That's a great
40-30 receiver lead.
replay by Ben, thanks.
Another last
Chase the
gallery.
last
Chase.
gallery.
Here we go. This is a big point.
Chase.
Oh, just
Juice.
lost. Oh, juice. This game's still all open. Let's see if Ben heads to the galleries. Tries to get the serve back. Lovely. He knows exactly where that little grill is. And I say little.
Advantage. server.
viewers, because not only is it small, but it's also placed way back, so it looks very small to the players.
Has a chase 1 and 2.
Has it 1 and 2?
Advantage.
Ben definitely wants the serve. Thought it was advantage. Has it 1 and 2? Yeah, must be changed. So we're noticing, viewers, that Ben now is opting not to let the ball go into the back walls. He's actually preferring to volley it before it gets there. That shows that opening that we're talking about. You can't even nearly see the grill there from that angle. The back of the grill, rather. So
Advantage
it shows
receiver.
how small it looks.
Has a chase 1 and 2. Has a chase.
Ben's going to have to really try and constrict Kieran here with his serve. He's opted off the top. Has to hit it. Great get by Kieran there. Great get. So Kieran went
Game.
full
5
bore onto the back
2.
wall.
5-2 first set.
Made Ben go all the way up the court. Ben didn't opt for any of the galleries there, but opted to go across court, and Kieran was aiming to get across to that and did.
Just great returns.
Yeah. So Kieran's
15
really
love.
pushing it down into that forehand corner we're talking about on this court.
Fault.
Sorry, John, I think this set's all but over. There we go. There's the interest stats Ben puts up. Service points won, nearly 60%. Taylor has 35.
It's better than 6.
Hence why these players are so ardent to get the
15
serve.
love.
It's just paying dividends. Yep, straight into last gallery. Best
Better than 6
window
for
on
the
the
last
court.
gallery,
Best
15
gallery
love.
apart from the dead-ons, but that doesn't get you the serve. So here we go. Ben had to run up and chase it. He didn't do anything with it, and of course then he has to run all the way back to still hunt it down. Couldn't get back there fast enough. And in doing that, viewers too, he has to be careful not to touch the net. If he touches the net, he immediately loses the point. So whilst you've got to run it down, you've also got to pull up and get back. So the trick is when you do run up there, you've got to make a good shot so you do not have to do the run back that he did.
15 love. Server leads.
15 love.
Better than 6.
2 mid-court chases, which shows how hard it is that the players are trying to get the serve. Better than 6. Still opting to take it. He's missed the grill.
Chase.
Now, viewers, you'll notice Kieran boosts
There's
export
love.
here.
Last
Demi
gallery.
PK. He places it very close to the corner of the penthouse in the wall, so that the receiver has to be ready for it to miss the penthouse and hit it on the way down. If you watch this again, he's opted to using it a bit now. So that one's well on the penthouse. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Brings up 3 set points.
40 love.
Now Ben, if he's thinking, will probably want to get back to start the next set. Service.
2, 40 love.
Yeah, he'll be
That
happy
works.
with that. He'll be happy with that. I'm
That's an
thinking, John, what do you think that Ben may not even play out this point? He may say, look, I've pretty much lost this set. I'm going to wear it and start from the server's end. Because you may find that if he
40
wins
love
this point,
receiver.
which he could do, the first thing Kieran will do is opt to get a serve, get a chase straight back and try and finish out the set from the service end. Let's see what happens. So he's lost it. Now let's see what Kieran does. So it's 15-40.
15-40.
Kieran's a great thinker of the game. He'll probably be just trying to get a chase rather than close out the set straight away. wanted the set. He wanted the set. He had a couple of
Game in the first set.
possibilities there,
6
John, to
games
get the
to
chase if he wanted to, and he
Yep.
clearly said, "Nah, I'm comfortable. I'm just going to get the set." Okay. Lovely shot right at the base of the tamper. Now it's going to be interesting for us
15
to
love.
see if Ben changes his game at all. It's clear in this game, as with most games quite often, that the servers are definitely winning the points. So Ben's going to try and keep the serve, I should imagine, but see if he changes his serve a bit.
To a fault.
Yeah, but he started to go for an
Yeah.
undercut serve, which he wasn't doing in the first set. And the bobble. So there are 2 serves, John, that he didn't play in the first set. So he's definitely thinking. He's definitely thinking, what am I going to do here? He's opting for the underarm again. Kieran's overhit it. His eyes have lit up and said, I'll have that. And he's missed it. And in this court, it just does bounce out. Okay.
5 and 6. 30-15.
So it's interesting. The points served at last set were very similar.
It's a yard worse than last gallery.
Just a misread there, I think, John.
30-15.
Misread. Here we're looking at this underarm twist, basically. Ben's. It's working so far.
Yeah.
That other stat that Ben put up, though, John, it looked as though if they both served about the same number of points, that Kieran has basically been winning from both ends.
Yes.
I think that
And I think
what
that's
Ben showed.
Yep, that's his problem at the moment for Ben, is that he's not cutting out that really fast shot into that corner, into the backhand corner. And until he does that, he's going to be in trouble.
So 30-15 to the receiver. I should imagine Kieran won't change anything. It's working for him, why would you? Set summary, here we go. We can look at the points won, 30-18. Points served,
30-15
by
receiver.
Kieran and 30 by Ben.
5 and 6.
Serves won,
Yeah.
twice as many.
I think that's the
Kieran.
problem.
So his serve is clearly working for Kieran,
Yeah,
Second
and not
change.
working
Needs
for Ben.
not working for Ben. So Ben's changed it. He's clearly got in his mind that it has been working for him. That must have just been up. His main
That's
bracket, no strings there.
A yard worse than the last gallery.
Interesting to see how Ben plays this. It's a fairly easy chase. He can afford to attack it. And there, I think, is where he doesn't know the court very well, John. He's got such a strong shot. He could have
40-30.
really attacked that hard and low into that backhand, knowing that it would fall down within that chase, but he opted just to play a leg. It's going to get him into trouble. Oh!
Better than the second gallery. 40-30.
Would have thought he would have left that. It was in the hazards, but he still got the chase anyway, but he missed the dead on, which he was aiming for, but got the floor chase of better than second gallery. Kieran with his first game point of this set. Now let's see what Ben serves. He has been getting some traction, I think, John, with that
40-30
underarm
receiver.
twist. Let's see if he stays
Better
with
than
it.
the second
Bit early to
gallery.
see.
Yep. Let's see what he's thinking. Let's see what he served. It's going to be interesting. Oh, he's gone to the railroad. Oh, and Kieran was going over the high part of the net.
Deuce.
Such a low percentage shot on that serve. Off the volley especially. Oh, that's a bad shot. He was definitely
Advantage.
going for that
Server.
main ball dead on. It's all changed now.
Well up.
Scrape. Getting into that corner again. Oh, yes.
Good play.
Great play from Ben. that.
One game to love, second set.
Just guides it into the grill there. Didn't overhit it or anything, just guided it in there. 2 grills to 0, as Ben's showing us on the screen. 1 love to Ben in the second set. Kieran says, thank you, I'll take that hazard. Gets him the serve, John.
Love all. Bolts.
There it is. That's where the Rob Fay heavy cut return came from. This corner just gives you so much traction and value for it. It's so hard to get back. And here we're showing how well Ben played that last point. Second last point. Two chases. No points, showing Kieran's really wanting to serve, don't you think, John?
Has a chase, 1 and 2 has a chase.
With 62-32 statistics in your favour.
I doubt if he'd have them right in his head, but he'd be feeling them. He'd be feeling them.
He missed it.
He missed it. He couldn't afford to miss it off that. Left Ben open to have it hit that length.
Chase better than 2.
Won't be able to do that easily with this one. Chase better than 2. I'm surprised Kieran's not serving a railroad. It's not pace on it though. There's always going to, viewers, when you've got a very short chase like that, you're often going to put pace on the ball if you can get it tight, so they can't hit that return on the floor and win it. We're going to ask Ben to look at that point again later, because I think, John, that was a fault. That looked like a fault of the Demi PK. But Ben might show us at the end of the game. But Kieran serves that Demi PK very fast because he wants the receiver not to know whether it's going to be a sidewall or a Demi PK. Here we go. Yep. Missed the tabler. Ben makes him pay for it. Straight
15
into
all.
the gallery. This has now become a real war of the serves. Yep. What's it look like there? It looked like a fault. Brett was in better position than me. I did tell Brett I'd give him a bit of stick with his marking.
He'll be swearing at you now.
No, he'll say he won't watch the replay because he won't be able to put up with me. Here we go.
Chase the last gallery. 2 chases, 15 all.
Look, viewers, that's not an odds-on shot to play when it's that tight. It shows what great control Ben's got and how much he wants that serve. Oh, he just missed it. And there it is, just at the bottom of the grill. And oof, Ben says, thank you, I'll go down the wall.
$15 all, chase the second gallery. Oh. Chase 30-15,
There we
chase
go,
the
that
last gallery.
Textbook Booth heavy cut into that forehand Hobart corner. Oh, there's the Hobart corner in full flare. No other court in the world had quite come out like that. That's a great lead by Ben. It was only just missed the dead on.
30-40.
Ben knows exactly where to leave it, and with the pace that Kieran puts on it, it's gone out. Big point.
Game, 1 game all.
Here we go, 1 game all.
Set, 1 all.
Services points 1. Oh, he's creeping up now. It's 63 to 44. Before it was only about 30. See how beautifully played. I nearly would have said that was a waste from Ben, but he got such good curl and pace on it that Kieran had to opt whether it was going to hit the tambour or not hit the tambour, and then left himself short of time. So, viewers, this is Ben going through a raft of serves to see which one's going to give him some traction.
She's 4 and 5.
He's got to find a serve to stop
15
Kieran
love.
hitting that hard into the corner.
Yep. Yep. It comes out so far on this court compared to other courts around the world.
She's better
Oh,
than 2.
see the cut on that, viewers. So that's
4 and 5, better than 2. 15 love.
that's why Ben earlier was not letting that get into that corner, John. You saw the vicious cut there from Kieran.
15 receiver, yeah.
Yep. So Ben will be out to win this first chase, 4 and 5, because he knows he's going to be under the pump with the second chase. If he can win this first chase, then he can afford to have a go at the second chase and lose it and still be 15-30 up. But if he doesn't win this first chase, then he's likely to be 30-15 down very quickly in this game. Don't you? Is that how you see it, John? And if Ben can keep his
15
head
love
in front,
receiver.
nose in
Chase
front,
4
he's
and 5.
in with a chance in this set. Okay, let's see.
4 and 5.
Now just watch, viewers, how close Kieran puts this ball on the penthouse to the service wall. That's the one that is the side wall that looks like he's serving a demi-PK to begin with. So, stick with it. Yep. Both players now are realising, as they always did, that forehand corner is such a good
30
corner.
love, chase better than 2.
Here we go, 30 love. Now Ben can afford to go for this better than 2. And put the pressure on Kieran to defend it. Yes, he does. He immediately goes for the dead on. That's what I meant, viewers. He can afford to flash out at it.
40 love.
He's now 40 love, and he'll now look to get a chase. Perfect.
Game.
Oh, Kieran got a racket on it, which is what he would be trying to do. He didn't
2
want to
games
lose
to
the chase
1.
then.
Second set.
2-1. Do you think that was tactical, John? Do you think Kieran
To
just
hit it?
wanted to get a...
No, I think
Get
he
a-
was actually
get a
really
racket
trying to
on
hit it over the...
Yep.
But he was fortunate to hit it.
There's a little homing pigeon.
15 love.
He knows exactly where that shot is.
Better than 2.
Beautiful cut there, showing that cut on both sides of the
15
court.
love.
Here we go, points 1. 38 to 29, and better than 2. It'll be interesting to see the stats whether Kieran's opted for the dead-ons when it's better than 2 on the floor. Kieran's very comfortable hitting for the dead-ons.
$15 all.
Ben going for that chase on the floor off the back wall. Kieran was over there fast enough to still get hit even. Bit of a misread there from
15.
Ben. So much blue wall, you've got to pick whether it's going to hit the tambour or not. beautiful turn by Ben. That I think he
30 all.
expected that serve to cut down a bit more than it did. So did I, and so he can afford to have a real hit at it then. And Kieran's undercut there. Normally does cut down more there. He's going to try it again. No, he's gone to Gerald. It's nearly a perfect Gerald.
Great shot.
Ben said, I've seen that shot just as said before.
40,
I
30,
know
then
how
two
that,
all out.
that service wall plays. I think I'll try it. He got the same result. It corkscrews down to land around chase 6 and just screws into that corner. Watch it. Oh, that's that touch. Oh, he's missed the galleries there. And Kieran, yeah, knows where that is every time. See how he did just not much room there, and he chips it back. And then he gets it. Again. There we go. Yeah, that's the one. And he can afford, John, to hit that one down, which really adds to it. Hits it down and screws down in towards that last gallery 6 yards and makes it very difficult to do anything with. Right, Ben Taylor Matthews with a chance to go 3-1 up. That break in real tennis that's not like it is in lawn tennis because the serve changes so much, but still a 2-game break still gives that leader a bit of a breathing space.
40-30, server leads, Chase better than 2.
He's going to have to try and serve something to stop
40-30.
Kieran doing this force. What's he going to opt for? I think he thought about the rower and thought, no, he's going to go force that. I'm going to go put a little bit less pace on it. Okay. Kieran had to go low. He knew he had to go low, and he's missed it. 3-1.
3 games to 1.
We now have a real match on our hands.
3-1, second
Ben
set.
serving 3-1 up, second set, having lost the first set. And he's changed his service games completely, hasn't he, John?
He's still got some railroads in there.
But he's not hitting them as hard. Opting to play that one on the floor. Now, that's the first one he's left in this match. He's played all of the others on the backhand volley down.
Better than the
Kieran's missed
second
his
gallery.
signature main ball dead on shot.
15
He's
love.
got himself to serve though. Oh, unlucky. But there you go, viewers. Ben's so
15
quick
all.
these days that he can afford to take those before it goes to the back wall.
Better than
He's
second.
more confident of doing that than leaving it.
There's 6.
Kieran's missed
Second gallery.
3 of the last
There's
main ball
6.
dead-ons, John.
15 all.
What do you reckon? Bit of pressure?
I think he's a bit of pressure, and I think he's a bit grumpy.
Oh, come on. Kieran never gets grumpy. Let's see what he's pretty cool, calm, collected there, but we'll wait until he remonstrates with himself, which he sometimes does. Head down. Customary walk we've seen so often. Serious at the office.
15 all.
World's
Better
best
than
amateur.
the second gallery.
It's great to see him play. We love the fact that he plays for Hobart and Percy Finch. Great patriotism. Ben will be unhappy with that.
30-15.
That was a de rigueur
Chase 6.
shot into the galleries. He's pretty upset with himself. He had it.
Chase 6.
Chase 6. None of the galleries are open on this. You'll have to do it on the floor.
Ah,
40-15.
This is Kieran making sure the set doesn't get away from him. Now I think, John, this is where Ben is going to keep being aggressive. You saw there that in that point he wasn't very aggressive, and both times he could have been aggressive towards the galleries, and he wasn't. And he's stuck down there.
But he's also won an awful lot of points in this set by getting control of the ball and hitting the ball to, to the right length.
Definitely right. But I think when he's got the option, he really needs to be aggressive on this court. But that's what you mean there, is.
15 love.
Mind you, he went for the backhand, and Kieran was already halfway over to the forehand side, expecting that forehand return. Doesn't like that ball. Didn't bounce right when he opened to bounce. You'll see that quite often, viewers. So that's what I'd like to see more of. Ben hits the ball very hard when he wants to, and it gets you good points on this court, on the back, full on the back wall low. Look at that, worse than 3, and he hit it full. Aiming for that second or third window, but he's just caught the second window.
Chase the first gallery, 2 chases, 15
That's
love.
an ambitious shot from there, the winning gallery. He can do it. He does do it a lot, I know, but
the right street, wrong address shot is the most polite way of putting it.
there we go on this court. You see, viewers, it just gives you so much benefit if you get that main wall, if you get the full wall low, a bit lower. Ben's got lovely quick hands, picks it up. Oh, and both times he didn't go across court, which I would have thought he would. Oh, and look at that, bounced out. He thought it was in. We didn't see that before. Thanks, Ben Gatenbeck. We didn't see the intricacies of that until you showed us that. That's what's been amazing about this streaming now, is that Ben, he picks out John in the background, those intricacies that are happening, and brings us back to it. So as commentators, so much more interesting. We get to see it secondhand. You can't in the gallery. That's the one. Can't afford to leave it. Cuts right down.
all hasn't chased the first gallery.
Now he's going to try and restrict the pace. Couldn't do it. Kieran was onto it.
You'd think he would stop serving a railroad.
You would think so on that. You definitely would have thought. Now he's gone back to the undercut. Oh, Johnny, immediately pays benefits. Easy from here, isn't it? Viewers, it's so easy to be a world champion from the commentator's seat. Oh dear. Oh, he's gone back to a slower serve again. Oh, he got it, but it's a hazard.
Better than half?
Better than half.
Thank you. 30 all hasn't been half.
The Hobart court known as the ubiquitous Chase Shirley. But we'll leave that for another day. What a great scramble. Oh, beautiful cut. Look at the size of Ben's forearms, and you'll see how he just twists that ball and gets so much cut on it, John. Look at this now, point serve. Neck and neck. So they're both really trying to get the serve there.
No commentary, please,
on the spectators.
pages.
Why not?
40-30 receiver has a
Only
chase.
commentary I like is
half a yard has a chase.
more young players in there we want to see. More younger people play this beautiful game. Okay, he's gone for the railroad. Oh, knew he was going to go for that. There we go.
Ball game 2.
That's the customary Kieran disagreement with himself when he's made all the right decisions and then didn't finish it off. Oh, those service points are getting closer and closer.
short.
Yep. That angle just gives you that main wall dead on so
15 love.
obtusely into that dead on off this Hobart court. Oh, he's pushing along.
30 love.
This is this all-important 7th game again. It's definitive of the first set. Let's see if it's definitive of the second.
4 and 5.
And viewers, that's a really good shot.
30 love.
For all intents and purposes, the server thinks it's going to be another main wall dead on, but he hits it further up the court on the main wall and it goes right across to the backhand. Stops you in your tracks. Oh, quite good. Now, service, this is really interesting because, viewers, sorry, this is really interesting. Ben is playing Kieran's normal strategy against another player, which is he will hit the ball hard into the main wall towards the dead on, and then the next one he'll either go straight down the line or with a boast, making him have to stop and come back. And Ben is playing exactly that strategy against Kieran. Watch this, so Kieran's on the lookout. Went across, so mad because he was there. Beautiful
30
shot.
love server. Chase 4 and 5.
Around the traps, although Kieran mightn't like it, his backhand volley is never as consistent as his forehand volley. Here we go, big point. Big point. Oh, there's that half volley I was talking about that Ben is quite happy to go to in that
15-30,
situation.
chase worse than 2.
Worse than 2. Now what's he going to serve? He's opting to try and keep the pace down. He's going to leave that. Yep.
It's the chase.
Lovely.
30 all.
There we go.
Sorry, 40-15.
Thank
I was
you.
going to say 40-15. I'm thinking, what happened there? I'm sure it was nearly 2 set points. Or at least. You saw the exemplary serve there, John. Right between the second and third window. It comes down so close to the back wall. It nullifies that volley. You've really got to just push it back. 5-2. Gone for it again.
Yeah.
Ben going up and making sure he
15 love.
pushed that one away this time. Making sure he kept it on the floor. Here we go. How's Kieran going to play this? I think this time it's up to Kieran to start to change the game. Going for that. High serve. Tends to go back to a demi-pique after that.
Chase 1 and 2.
Beautiful shot, curling it down into that
15
backhand
love.
corner, using the cut to bring it down. Be happy with that shot. For that window. Unlucky there. You're looking at that corner.
15 all.
How many players, Johnny, have we seen look at that corner like that? I've done it so many times.
And the bits of wall which are sitting on
Yep.
the floor.
Yep. And the hole that was dug out of it
15 all.
earlier in the week. The full force of Lewis Williams' racket onto the main ball. Not sure what that was about. Nice rough. God, it's working so well for Ben, isn't it now? He's slowed the serve down.
30-15.
Restricting Kieran's volley. Look at that. Oh, bits of plaster coming out. Just got to make sure you don't slip on them. That's why they're clearing them away. That's the textbook serve.
40-15 chase.
So Kieran still tried to get in there, but he just didn't have the room, did he, John? Up against that back wall. His head down. Not happy. This set is slipping away from him. Virtually identical to the first set, but in reverse, John. What do you think?
Well, it's clearly on the serve, isn't it?
Yeah.
If he serves those high ball ones, squeezing him against the back wall, no volley. That makes a big difference.
And it's interesting, Kieran serves that serve a lot, and there's something in the fact that often you play to yourself. You know, you serve serves that you know you have difficulty in getting back. And I think that's why Kieran plays that serve so much. He hates it being served to him. Okay. He's got the length. Now we'll go the gallery. Yep. Textbook stuff. He'd be very happy with that. He'd be very happy with that.
6 games to 2.
Now I think we're going to see Ben try and get the serve back just quick as he can.
One set all.
We're going to see if this time, let's see if Kieran changes his game. I thought people were going to be sick of us after this. People meant to come and change over. I thought, John, after 2 sets, but they haven't appeared, so there can't be too many complaints coming in. Or Ben maybe has muted us. No one can hear us anymore.
He's sticking with the railroad.
Yep. Beautiful return. A bit more aggression from Ben.
15 love.
Jackson Pastor, the Hobart as pro, has just stepped into the van. Will he go for the grill? Judicious play there.
15 all.
Welcome, Jackson.
Thank you, Graham. Nice to be here.
2 absolutely alternate sets being played here.
Yeah, absolutely. And 2 very different styles too.
It's showing there, Jackson. Ben is very comfortable with the Hobart timbre now. He's played a lot at Oxford, which has the same angle as the Hobart timbre.
This is why we've got you in here, Graham. The knowledge that a lot of us youngsters do not have.
You're twice as big as me, you thug. I don't think I'd call you a youngster.
That's a beautiful shot from Kieran, who knows this court very, very well.
30-15.
So Ben will be trying to get the serve here. He's got 1 chase. He'll probably still be looking for another one, I think.
Get up the service end as soon as you can.
I'll fill you in some stats in a minute, Jackson. There we go. So Jackson, what we noticed after the first set was that it was about 65 to about 33 or so percentage points won by the server.
Yep.
And but they both served about the same amount of time, which was quite amazing.
For a 6-2 set, yeah.
Yeah, and then in the second set, Ben just got himself to serve so much more, and that has now come back to nearly square. You know, that's about, Ben will put the stats up soon, but you know, of that set, it's been amazing. And nice and hot in this van, and
30-15 receiver.
Lovely pom by the name of Nick Jones, who's come to take over. Nick, who can talk his way out of a wet paper bag, keep you very interested.
I was going to say, I don't think I'm getting a word in here.
2 chases. Fantastic retrieving.
5.
Oh, just won the chase. Better than 5, but worse than 5.
15, last gallery.
not really criticise Ben for leaving that one. It's going so fast. That's not coming back. That's the one we've been talking about, viewers.
Game one,
Great
game to love,
couple.
third set.
Kieran talking to himself there, probably trying to G himself
yep,
up.
Yep, I'm about to hand over to Nick Jones here, people. It's goodbye from me. Catch you later.
Thanks, brothers. Jacko,
Welcome.
thank you. My first time in the van.
15 love.
Pretty warm in here.
Yeah. Although it is quite nice in the at the British Open, we have to be quite quiet because we're in the same room as they were at the top gallery. So here at least we can be heard by the listeners. So Ben's ramped right back up now, hasn't he? He got caught napping in the first set.
You cannot do that against Kieran, as he's found out.
Especially here.
Lovely pickup.
I don't know how much you watched Ben in the past, but in those difficult ones in the corner, he's got very soft hands. And he just gets it back. He doesn't try to do anything clever with it.
Yeah, I will admit I haven't seen a lot of Ben. Even on the streams, I haven't watched a lot of his matches.
There you go. Looks unreasonable, just chips it back down the line.
30 all.
Ben just chastising himself there a little bit for being a bit surprised at the way the ball reacted off the Hobart back wall.
You would have thought he'd known by now, wouldn't you?
That's what he said. He said you shouldn't be surprised. It happens all the time.
I do like the fact this court, the ball stays low, actually live, so if you stay down on it,
You can get it sorted.
You can get it back. Yeah, I come from C court where that doesn't happen. We've got the famous welcome to C court shot. People think they're getting it when it's actually already bounced twice. And I love that on the surf here you can go about 33, 34 foot and still be in. You've just got to pick it in between the windows. Unique to Hobart.
Yeah, it is, from what I understand, unique to Hobart.
40-30, chase 4 and 5.
I try not to go in between the windows too much because going down the courts, that becomes quite difficult to get that high serve right. So I try and stay under the windows where I can.
Because the normal outer court line is 18 foot. Actually, I was probably exaggerating a bit, 33, but it's certainly 30 foot. But every now and then one goes in and literally goes flush down the back wall, which is quite amusing, unless it's being served to you.
If you're serving it, you love it.
If you're serving it or watching it, it's great.
If you're on the receiving end of it, it's not a lot of fun.
So how's your game going? Are you happy with your progress?
Chugging along. Going on. I can't complain. I've actually, for quite a small club, got quite a rich base
40-30
of quite good players.
Always has been
To hit with, so I'm very, very lucky in that regard. They're very generous with their time as well.
Hollyport produced a lot of very good players, including Kieran, and of course Robert Leofa.
Face off.
Sorry, Hollyport or Hobart?
Hobart.
Yeah.
Did I say Hollyport?
You said Hollyport.
Oh, there's so many H's.
I'm going to pick you up on that only because I definitely know Kieran and Rob did not come from Hollyport.
Both have played very well there in the past, though. Kieran won the 2012 Bathurst Cup for Australia there with some good wins.
It's one thing that amazes me about Kieran, he's mid-40s and the drive to still be exceptional, the best amateur in the world. The drive is still there.
And even though he's not travelling anymore.
And he has nothing to prove to anyone.
Except
himself. Yeah, but the drive is still there.
Yeah, he's there you go, shot the ball bounced. Didn't quite hit the foot first. And he's an exceptional doubles player as well as singles.
And now part of a very, very formidable doubles partnership.
with young Oliver.
With young Oliver.
Who's only going to get better. And that stayed in high as well.
Oh, that's unlucky.
So have you managed to play any other courts yet, other than Melbourne?
No, no, not yet. I have not been overseas.
We would love to welcome you to the UK. You can come and stay anytime you like.
It's always nice to get an invitation. Yeah, I would love to get over to the UK at some stage in what's been a very short career so far. I would, before I do that though, like to get a little bit better so I don't feel like a fish out of water. Now, I don't know about you, Nick, but if someone plays a between the legs shot against me when I'm on court with them, I am determined not to let them win that point.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me so much. People, I end up doing quite a few hot dog shots with them, and people say, "Oh, that's really good." I said, "No, I'm out of position."
I'm out of position. Yeah, I'm like, nope, they're not winning. They're not winning this point. They're not laying a chase this point. I'm going to make sure that I win this point.
Yeah, I come from badminton, and we do all sorts of strange things in that because the shuttle's coming pretty fast. The only projectile I know of in racket sports that's quicker than the real tennis, than a racket ball.
Advantage receiver.
But it slows down very quickly.
Last gallery.
We actually used to train to hit between the legs and behind the back because sometimes you just can't get there.
It's just reaction.
You just can't get there. You haven't got the time to get out front. So the grind continues. These two are locked together.
Locked together in what many people have as their match of the tournament.
Absolutely.
We have the nostalgia Rob and Cam match tonight, but this will probably be the match of the tournament.
Yeah, I asked Rob about that last night as well.
He mentioned it in his interview, his pre-tournament interview, where he said he'd like to be able to push Cam for 45 minutes.
He reckons he's got 2 hours in it.
Well, I've got the pleasure of marking that one, so...
Have you marked Cam before?
No.
Have you marked Rob before?
Nope.
Way to go, bro. Baptism of fire. Just don't call it early on Cam, because he gets back to the most exciting.
When I chose his semi-final, it was before the withdrawal of Nicky Howell, and so Rob was not on that side of the draw.
Right. That is a good way to start your high level. Here we go.
Ben will not be happy with himself there.
Receiver.
That's a regulation forehand for someone of his pedigree and standard. Shelling peas for Kieran, that shot.
Game 2 games to love, third set.
Good start for Kieran.
Oh, Crystal.
Catch Ben.
15 love.
The racket remained in control, so it's not an abuse.
Didn't hit the floor, no warning necessary.
Just serve that.
He's tightened his railroad up as well, which is
15 all.
Ben has, yeah.
He looks like he's got a very low grip on that railroad.
30, 15.
Without wanting to sound rude, is that, do you reckon, because of his stature?
It's better than 2.
He's showing a bit of grit, whereas Kieran chokes it
30,
right down.
15.
But could be to do with height.
Again, for our viewers, not wanting to sound rude, but
The higher you hit it down
curious.
from, higher you hit it down from, the better the railroad on average.
classy from Kieran.
Perfect camera angle. We knew it was going in.
30 all.
Come on, Bristol.
Ben's got some hometown support in the Deadens, by the sounds of that.
Going back. Come on.
40, 30, better than
Force
2.
coming in now, it seems like. Yes, that could be Ellie Beale, who I bumped into last night. I didn't even know was here. Who's from Bristol, also plays down at Seacourt, my club, from time to time. Her family have been coming down our way for about 40 years. But she and her late husband Sam were involved in the building of Bristol, and the club that's gone from strength to strength, particularly since Chris Robinson went there and set it going and put it in the hands of
40,
Ben.
30
He's done very
receiver.
well with the other Ben.
Better than 2.
Both players sound unhappy with that point there.
Yeah.
Kieran, a man who sets himself incredibly high standards.
Hazard the door.
Yeah, so Kieran had done a bit of a weak serve, which allowed Ben to do a force, which he then put
Yes.
about 20 foot above the floor.
No, Western
That's a tough call.
3. Skip.
I'm sure Ben will do a
Deuce.
replay for us.
You can only call what you can say. It's
No,
a tough
exactly.
job.
No. And Brett knows this court as well as anyone on the planet. And of course the marker's always right.
Hazard the
we know.
door. Western 3.
As Cam will
That's
find out
down.
later.
That looks down.
Yeah, no,
That's
he
definitely
called it spot
down.
on. Called it spot on.
Yeah, that's a great call, Brett.
Yeah.
It's a very good call.
To be fair, Kieran's called a couple on himself.
He does. He does that. It's always very handy when you mark him because it
just reassures you.
Sometimes you can miss these
Deuce.
things.
Hazard
So
chase the door. Advantage, receiver, worse than 3. Oh. Worse than 3. Chase.
well left.
So Ben really doesn't want to lose this game. 3 love down is
Deuce.
it's a big ask.
Time, please. Ben.
Looks like we're having tablet issues,
Ben going to be to the rescue.
as he has been all week.
I'm not sure how many people realise just how much he multitasks. Not only does he control all the cameras and the streaming, but he also writes the match reports as he's going, so he's contemporaneous.
He's-
Guys.
I don't think brilliant would be a stretch.
I was asked by Mark Eagle the other day how much kit he brought over with him. Most of it. The only stuff he didn't bring is the stuff that's in this van. So all the cameras, and particularly the cables, which he says are more important than anything, because you've got to get the cabling right. Unfortunately, the tablet sometimes has a mind of its own.
Yes, we Australians have a term for that, but I cannot say it on
No, of course
commentary.
you can't. No, we are in a U-rated. I don't know what the system is here, but
And our 49 viewers at the moment would probably be quite perturbed.
Yes, Ben's been saying actually the Americans have been watching it live
Juice.
because it's still
No
at
chase.
time.
Too love.
But the
Third
Brits
set.
and the French and others have been watching it on playback, but mainly the highlight reels.
Yeah.
And a bit of a bunny hop as well.
Advantage. Server. Second
Pick
gallery.
up.
Advantage.
It's a good pickup, but just the wrong side.
Have you been on court with Kieran and received those
I
roundhouse
have,
cut volleys?
I have been on court with Kieran a few times. I drew him in 2 back-to-back opens, a Vic and a Tasmanian. And then he offered to, well, he asked Brett to ask me if I wanted to hit with him before the Tas Amateur. And I hadn't hit a ball in 2 weeks.
Advantage receiver has a chase for
I'm
second
sure he was very
gallery.
nice about it.
After this point, I'll tell you a story.
Great start.
We did a drill, a forcing drill. Line,
Juice.
cross, main wall, and then straight. I think my life flashed before my eyes a few times on the straight ones.
Side. Advantage.
Can be
Server.
quite scary.
Six.
Yeah, having spent time on court, I'm not
Advantage.
anywhere near the level, but on court with Lewis Gordon and then Will Flynn. And Lewis Gordon took it to a new level, and Will Flynn has now upped that level.
Your
When,
side galleries, just as we are,
there we go. French contingent,
and Sammy Lake,
and in the back row we have
Lewis Williams, Tim
Lewis-
Pullman, and our chair of tennis
Yeah.
and tournament director, Nicholas Rook.
and sometimes Mark the last match.
He did.
Did very well on it.
He did.
It's never easy.
No. No, Kieran also very generous with his time, just back on.
Yeah,
Back on
Advantage
this.
receiver.
always has been.
Chase 6.
Good
Free love.
adjustment, Kieran.
Game
adjust
3
his feet
games to
quite a lot
love. Third set. It's better than the
Bit of a
second
miss here from
gallery.
Kieran, but gets the chase.
Level. Holds. Last gallery, 2 chases.
He's
Level.
using that fat post quite a lot because it gets him anywhere around between 4 and last, yard worse than last. And I think serving, as Brad has pointed out, thank you for his input there and for all the organising he does.
It's been brilliant.
And but he did point out that Ben spent more time at the service end than he had done in the first set and the second set, and that makes a big difference. In general, in singles,
Yeah.
that's what you want.
No, we know the stats of how many, the percentage of points won.
Level.
from the service
Better,
and the receiving end,
better
so
than the second gallery.
getting up there is very, very important.
Oh, he missed.
That's a ledge. He's so unlucky. He's hit the ledge of the deadens there.
And then it's sat on the
love.
penthouse.
And
Give
it's
time.
Chase
Bang.
the last
Yeah.
gallery.
Gives Kieran control.
This game hurts you sometimes. That's a lovely shot.
Yeah, it was a bit of a miss hit, and Ben very kindly apologising. But it was very effective.
I
It's
feel
been
like
all-
it's almost instant karmic justice for Ben after that last point.
15
You
all.
just hear him, I'll take the point though.
I think Kieran would too.
getting a bit animated with himself there.
No chase. Chase the last gallery.
Quite a few last galleries
30-15.
coming up. I think they're just knowing that they can't beat each other. Oh, sorry, kill the ball in the corner against each other.
Both very, very good at digging those balls out.
Another racket error there.
40-15.
Also, I remember
Chase the
talking to
last
Chappers
gallery.
very early on when I started this game, and one of my first few hits with him. And he said that he had a bit of a rule when he was playing these two, well, when he was playing in general, is that whenever he's down the receiver's end, he doesn't want to hit more than 3 balls in a row per point without having a shot at the gallery.
Galleries, yeah, that's yeah.
So,
But at Fontainebleau 2008, Rob against Cameron in the World Championship, and Rob needed the service end for various reasons, not only the lefty thing, but Cam's so quick. And he got 36 second galleries on the second day in 4 sets. But he got in the serve.
ladies and
40-15
gentlemen, this is why we have Nick
receiver.
Jones in the van,
Last gallery.
the stats man.
Yeah. I'm not as good at shakes though.
I don't think anyone is. The man lives and breathes this game.
Game,
Shout out to
full
him
games
if
to
he
love.
watches it later
Full love,
on.
third
He's a
set.
slightly better player than me as well. Just. He'll be texting me in the morning. Yeah, Kieran's getting tightened down that backhand channel, which is good because
15
Ben's
love.
got pretty well the best backhand out there.
I heard that's what he's known for, the backhand.
Very consistent.
Less than 2.
Kieran quickly running away with this
15
set
love.
too while we're sitting here talking away.
Two
Yeah, I
in
was
the
talking to one of
second
the girls
gallery.
earlier watching Claire and Josie.
15
And
love.
we both thought if Kieran got the first set, it would really put the pressure on Ben. But actually, he dealt with it better than I.
Dealt with it really well.
I think coming out 6-2 in the second set, so Kieran's now turned that around.
Just lifted his game. And Kieran looked very sharp in his first round against Chappie as well.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, Chappie may not be in the same shape as he used to be, fitness training wise, but he still hits that ball so well. And no one does a power post like Chris Chapman. It's frightening.
it is.
If it comes from
15 love.
Kieran's
Server
pretty good
leads.
at it, but
First chase
Chapman's
worse
just-
than
He's
2.
next level. It's that squash background.
Yeah. So they're both using the demi on the short
30
traces.
love.
Kieran
Second
does it very
gallery.
aggressively. Just dips the main wall and may bounce more than once on the way down.
Forty love.
Sensible leave
One,
that
two.
clung to the main wall.
1 and 2. 40
Sorry,
love.
The battery wall.
the battery wall.
Very sensible. He looked like he was going to shape up to hit it, but as you say, it just clung to the wall, and it's very sensible not to try and take it.
Especially on game point.
Someone with less composure, cough me, would probably try and hit it.
I'd probably try and power post it and break my racket. Kieran's go-to bananas, as always. Most I ever saw him take to
40
matches.
love.
Bunch of 9 or 10.
Receiver.
He's the
Has the
Peter
chase,
Siddle
1 and
of the
2,
real
has the
tennis
chase.
world.
No, I don't know who that is.
Peter Siddle's a former Australian fast bowler who is known to down a lot of bananas on game days.
Kieran going for the smack against the back wall and catching the penthouse.
15, 40.
So we're looking for a chase now. If the short to that serve, he's
Game
not going
5
to say
games
no.
to love. Third set.
5 love third set. This is turning ugly very quickly for BTM.
love.
Leading the grill count. He hits another. Yesterday, giving someone a compliment was a commentator's curse. Today, it is clearly the opposite. Oh, that was pacey.
Worst and last gallery.
I was watching the Claire Josie match with Saskia. He mentioned there'd be no grills or winning galleries. And Saskia was the grill count, and
Who chases 30
she
love.
says this as Claire's serving. 3 seconds later, Claire gets a grill.
Bank grill. Now,
But Saskia's still leading in the ladies' comp. Sorry, what were you saying?
Just still amazed at the pace from KB on one of those balls.
Oh, they're ridiculous. He comes from nowhere.
I'm very well aware.
Yeah, he's unusual. So Lou Gordon doesn't really telegraph it, and he comes very fast. Will and a couple other, Ivan, you can see it coming. With KB, he can do either. You know, if he's late on the ball, he can still hit it very hard. But when he's got time, his racket's way back.
Playing with Ballarat last
Pretty
year,
love
there was
receiver.
a standard forehand
Nearly a yard
that he
worse
hit, and I thought, okay, I'm going to have to get to
gallery.
a corner. Next thing I know, it's bang in front of my face. Scary.
Again, very tight railroad. He's going
15,
slightly
30.
slower, and it just bites
Better
and
than
clings
two.
to that wall.
He's been serving that for all his matches.
And percentage serve points 1. 11 points different, percentage different is huge.
30 all.
57 46. That's why Kieran's where he is.
Very good chase late there by Ben too. Or was that a...
Better than 2.
40-30.
Occasionally can get frustrated with himself or the court.
No.
Deuce.
Deuce.
So can Kieran close this out?
Hard road back for Ben, I reckon, if he closes it out here. Court, you can hear that ring of the
Advantage.
rafters.
Server.
Well, will be hard, but not impossible.
Yeah.
Great. Again, that backhand. And the thing about Ben's backhand is not only the form that he does with it, but he's very good at taking the pace off it and getting the line. Like that line just clipped the wall, floor, dead in the corner. And fell to a yard. On this court, getting a yard with a ball like that is phenomenal against a world-class player. There's Teo going to his seat. Good to see him and Lucy in town.
Saskia's parents?
Yep. Yeah.
Advantage.
It's a
Receiver.
very, very good real tennis, lawn
Chase
tennis
1
player.
yard.
National level.
Deuce.
Slight misread from Kieran there, and the apology from Ben.
Advantage.
Although
Server.
once again, tight backhand for Ben. He just half volleys it, just clips it back. No drama.
No exaggerated swing. Probably a slight misread on that one.
Deuce.
Yeah. Kieran does put a lot of check side on balls.
chase.
Deuce.
He has been serving that serve quite well today. First one for a while to go down. Ball had 3 possibilities there, Kieran, and he actually covered all 3.
4. All
Quite
out.
impressive.
As Brett calls all out, and the boys will pick up some more balls. Brett doing a fantastic job with this one.
Yeah,
Definitely not the easiest match to mark, no. And he's absolutely nailing it. Very experienced.
But you would say that because he's your boss. No, I do agree
Well-
with you. I do agree with you. Sorry, Brett, that was uncalled for. But it's fun.
We have a very good working relationship where we can joke around with each other, but in all seriousness, he's doing a fantastic
he
gig.
is.
So,
Absolutely.
but yes, no, it's.
So
He is also my boss. Yes, I
No,
will
no.
disclose that.
Yeah. No, he's a pretty cool dude. I first met him about 20 years ago when he was at Ballarat.
Mate, he's the fittest man I know.
Oh, yeah.
We were talking on comms for Rob and Ollie, and I asked the question to who was on comms with Hugh, who he'd take as a fitter man, Rob or Brett.
At the moment, yeah, Rob's not training, but
No, but Brett runs in the gym every day. Anyway, back to the tennis.
so Ben's-
Advantage Ben
Advantage.
with a chase of worse than
Receiver.
4.
and even if he
Worse
wins this,
than 4.
loses the set, he's got to change the momentum here. So winning this game would make a big difference. Kieran just digging everything.
Making Ben play, he's making him win those points. Every point he wins is a bit of a struggle at the moment.
Oh, snuck it over.
More than he had. Worse than last gallery.
Funny enough, on these metal corded nets, that comes over on a soft corded net, it would die, and probably roll back. So, great get from Ben.
Need more metal corded nets in the world then, don't you?
Depends which side of the net you are. They are good for not going out of adjustment.
Advantage. More than he
clipping
had.
windows
Worse
on
than
that
last
one.
gallery.
Another set point comes up here for Kieran. Long game, the 6-1. Ben's holding on.
Being nailed.
Kieran's seen something come out of the window or the penthouse.
There you go.
A little bit
found
worried
it.
about it. There we go.
No, you do need to find those things because if you shoot,
Absolutely.
your shoe gets on top of it when you're in a slide. You imagine how far Ollie would go. He was on that. It was one of his power slides. The guy, he was great actually. He was with us for 11 months in 2023, and we got to know him quite well. But he also went from 17 down to I think it was about 7.
He got down to about 5 by the time he was back.
Yeah, because he
Yeah.
then and of course he was able to hit with Max and Will and James.
Yeah, just was able to hit with a lot of different
And
very good
he
players.
improved them at the same time, but they still didn't come down as much as him.
Advantage
Oh,
receiver.
he was
More
off
than
the, he was
had.
off the
Worse
wrong
than
handicap when he
last
left.
gallery.
We knew that.
No, to be fair.
He beat a single figure handicap in our club championship.
Here we
final.
go. Set point. Loose shot from Kieran.
Ben doing the extremely professional thing and just putting it into the hazards.
Yep.
Errors are just mounting for him. though.
Advantage, receiver.
So this is the sixth advantage.
Third set point here for Kieran.
Half a yard worse than 6. Advantage.
So I was counting, for those who think I've got that wrong, I actually counted 40-30 as the first two, but no, there were actually 5 advantages. So they've been sharing it fairly evenly. Kieran's had 3. Ben's had 2. So will he go PK or railroad, what do you reckon?
Half a yard worse.
Yeah, he's right on the cusp, isn't it?
I reckon he's.
Advantage.
You wait to see where he starts.
Server.
I was waiting to see which
Half
side
yard
he's
worse
erring
than
to.
6.
I think railroad, Jonesy. I think
Yeah,
railroad.
I think you might have that
I'm
right,
wrong.
Jacko.
He's
Oh
got my
no,
underarm.
fool both of us. Oh, that is classic Kieran. He is the best person I've ever seen at finding, apart from Tim Chisholm, finding really soft winning galleries. Tim's got this thing of 1-2 close match now.
4 set level.
It's a bit of a joke shared between the players there by the sounds of that. Ben may be admiring exactly what we were.
Yeah.
15 love.
He knows Kieran well enough. These guys have known each other for a very long time now. I don't know whether you've ever seen it, but Kieran's
30 love.
trademark shot in doubles was bouncing it into the winning gallery from the net on the receiver side. And next time you're on court playing, just see how many opportunities you get to do that.
40
Quite
love.
rare.
Game to love.
He and Brett
4 sets.
Richardson as a doubles player.
I've heard the
Just
stories
insane.
about Brad.
Just insane.
40 yard worse than last gallery.
So what does Ben have to do to turn this around, do you reckon, Jonesy?
He's got to
Level.
totally change the dynamic of Kieran controlling the service end and stop making the unforced errors. I think it's that simple.
Took the words right out of my mouth. Gotta say, it feels weird sitting here as an 18-19 handicapper critiquing 2 guys on the other side of 0.
But that's what we're here to do. No one can
15
stop us.
love.
I mean, you're that handicap. I'm a bit more than that. It's been great hearing the youngsters doing their commentary
Oh,
and
absolutely.
having such a laugh.
Yeah.
And then the other day we had Bradders and CJ, Chris Ronaldson, and
Changing dynamic
Chris was
there.
basically
15
giving
all.
Graham Bradfield a hard time, which is
I
brilliant.
mean, we all do that.
Rude not to. The guy's a legend in the game. I'll tell you a story after this rally.
Oh wow, great stuff.
Maybe save it for the change of ends.
30-15.
1 yard worse than last.
Kieran just looking impenetrable at the moment.
He's just solid. As you said, we're practicing with him or playing with him or whatever. So my first ever trip to Hobart was 20 years ago next week. And I met
15,
Brad as
1
briefly
yard
at the World
worse
Championship
than
the year
last
before. I was a
gallery.
relatively new regular player. I was a 40 handicap, 35, 40 handicap. I got put on a game with me and Bradders, and I think it was going to Gordon, who was about a 20, and I think he might have been Hilton Booth. But anyway, one of the youngsters at the time. And we're doing all right, and I'm sort of doing what I'm told, and then suddenly I hear this, I'm up in the galleries, and I hear this duck from Bradders, and the ball, I didn't duck quick enough. He's over on the
40-15
forehand side,
receiver. More than a
bounced it
yard
off my
worse
head,
than the
trying
last
to do
gallery.
a service wall grill, and then had to go at me for getting in the way.
chase.
Baptism of fire.
Classic brothers.
All up, mate. 2 games to love. 2 love, 4 sets.
Yeah, Kieran's still charging on here. This is actually quite impressive.
That's extremely
I
impressive.
think Ben's world class and playing the Eliminators next month, the month after. But he hasn't been given any of those.
No.
So Kieran's
15
been
love.
very tight.
That's about the ball.
30 love. Door. Thank you. First gallery, 30 love.
It's always nice when the players help the markers.
Especially when they're calling against their own interests. Yeah, the Amateur Open about 10 years ago in the UK for a few years in a row, Conor Medlow played Jamie Douglas, and both around scratch. And particularly Jamie, who's a national level squash player, will get the ball up with a very flat racket under it, and they were both calling on them on themselves, where they were, you know. And Drew was marking, and Andrew Lyons is a very good marker, but sometimes you just can't tell when the racket's moving that fast. So it's really helpful when the players do muck in, and of course the markers don't have to take the suggestion from the players. No. But 9 times out of 10 they're calling against their own interest anyway. So. It's always very helpful. There we go, we've got some stats. But that was a very impressive set for Kieran.
30 love receiver.
65% against 39% serves one.
As we said, Ben's a world-class operator. So he's
40
not
love.
completely
Has
out
a
of the
chase.
fight.
Bet in the yard, has a chase.
It'll be tough, but
As a chase, came off the 2-inch band though, which really takes some doing on this court.
I think it does. A bit of a right
Hit
smile
it flat
from
like
there
that, and
too.
not have it pump up in the air or bounce down. Take it at the moment.
Exhibition stuff from Kieran.
Yeah. King of the half volley.
The way his dad put it the other day was Kieran is a bull in a china shop.
15 love.
That was one bounce off going over.
30 love.
So Ben's on the roll now. Ever since we've said it'll take something for Ben to come back on this. He's won all but 1 point. Kieran composing himself, moving a ball.
As soon as you say that, Ben dumps one into the
15,
net. The
30.
commentator's curse, ladies and gentlemen. It's a real thing.
It is.
He's had a few of those, Ben.
Not the wisest man,
30
yeah.
all.
That one could have been out in Paris. was a great force from Ben.
Very impressive.
Kieran was over on the far side of the court. That's a lovely pace from Kieran. It was either going to just clip or not clip the tambo. Of course, Ben had to sort of stay in the middle. Couldn't commit. Great shot.
Advantage. Receiver.
Ben really needs this game.
Huge difference between 2-all and 3-1.
At 2-1 down. Kieran being machine digging those two backhands out and then crossing the court for a forehand half volley.
Yes.
He knows how big this game is. 2-1, 3-1 is 2-1, 3-1 is
very angry at himself for missing a volley a few points ago. He knows. He's experienced and he knows.
Ben's still looking composed.
Of course, the longer the game goes on, the bigger it's going to be too.
Second gallery. Deuce.
All about momentum.
It is the exact same in the other tennis. The longer the game goes for, the more momentum it holds for the winner.
Oh, that's big. So do you come from another racket?
Chase the second gallery.
What do you play?
The other tennis.
The other tennis. Well, you are built for serving in the other tennis and volleying.
My best serve in Lorna's was clocked at I think 201.
So what's that in miles? That's
I don't know in miles, but I
201.
201 kilometres an hour.
Yes.
For someone who was not a professional, I quite enjoyed it. Here we go, 125 miles per hour. Thank you for that, Ben. That's just my little humble brag for my stint in the comm box. Yeah, no, the other tennis.
And so what level were you playing at that? Were you just
state tournaments?
That's pretty.
I was a very, very good club player, and I could handle myself in state tournaments up until those later stages when you got players who could just return.
Advantage server.
As soon as someone could return properly, I was all at sea. I was a serve and a forehand, and that was about it.
Still pretty handy though, and doesn't hurt this game.
No. Oh, that's pace.
That's a pace.
That is heat.
That was 110 plus, I reckon.
Yes.
Kieran's level's just dropped a little bit here. Ben's making a couple less errors, but Kieran is making noticeably a couple more. Which, to be fair, happens. It's very hot out there today.
Isn't road. High 20s. And again.
Very gutsy from Ben.
Game, 2 games all. Fourth set, 2 all.
He didn't overdo it. No. Just kept pressure on. I have to say also the
Second
corner's
gallery.
looking fantastic.
Yeah, I gave a shout out. I gave a shout out in
thing.
one of my first comp stints, but the head of our building and grounds, Peter Burnett, put together a group of volunteers who came in 5-6 times over the evenings. Yeah, it came in 5 or 6 times in the evenings before the tournament to patch any holes, fresh paints, new netting.
Yeah.
Everything was kind of, they put the works together for this one.
An often unappreciated thing is the gallery netting.
Yes.
Yeah. This is some ridiculous digging from KB, but Ben just stuck at it. Despite
This is the game point.
Yeah.
It's a great placement on that last ball too.
Deliberately missing the tamper, get in deep behind.
Takes a lot of skill.
Love all, Hazard Chase, the second gallery, Hazard Chase. Chase 15
I've
love.
seen Kieran get a few of them.
Hazard Chase better than the first gallery.
Played Kieran in the first round of the Tassie Open and he won a point. It has a chase exactly like that. I looked at him and I went, "You're too good to win it that way."
No, I've seen them all do it.
He had a bit of a laugh at it. I was already under the pump and I was like, "Come on, you're too good to do it like that."
15 all.
But also, don't give him the opportunity.
That's what it comes down to. That reach is good, but it just goes
Chase
to the
better
hazards.
than a yard. 15 all.
I mean, he had to hit it.
Oh yeah.
That was going in, he had to hit it. Now he gets an opportunity for revenge on the hazard. Western 2.
That popped a little.
Chase 15 all.
Look, I can't tell you how many times I've been out there recently and that back wall, you think it's going to do something and it does the opposite. Someone will hit something with heavy cut and it'll pop out. You will hit it flat where you expect it to pop out and it just dies. It's a lottery. That back wall, those two corners are lotteries.
We have a decent crowd here today. It's all dead on. Quite a few of the side galleries.
15 all. Hazard Chase better than a yard. Hazard Chase.
As you said.
1 all.
Rude not to.
30-15.
No, they use
Chase
any
worse-
weapon that's available to them. Oh, sorry, any
worse
tool
than
that's
two.
available to them, including the weapons.
Worse than 2. Chase.
Good serve. Put the pressure on.
30 all.
Tough to control. Far better.
Yard 30 all. Good. And worse than the door. 2 chases 30 all.
Hasn't gone in.
So I had the pleasure of playing some tennis with Mike Hemman and Henry Hemman and Henry's uncle Tim a couple of weeks
I
ago.
saw that on Instagram.
Oh no, that was the lawn tennis.
Oh, you played this?
This was playing this game.
Yeah.
And Tim, as you can imagine, is very good at volley, but he also chucked in a couple of hot dogs. So it's quite an interesting experience. Yeah, playing at Wimbledon with him and Hugh Grant was.
That would have been something.
That was good fun. Hugh Grant's a decent player as well.
Say,
He hits a really nice ball. Oh, really well. He plays at Queen's like a couple of times a week.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a strong supporter, but also a decent
30
player.
all.
At club level, he's certainly better than me. Not that saying a lot, but. We were actually there to support the Tim Hemmer Foundation. It gets young kids doing lots of things, handicapped and underprivileged. So. Class shot. If you just get that back ball first,
Gain 3 games,
even if it's hit the floor, it just comes up the court. You're talking about Henry Hedman. There's a whole bunch of youngsters coming through, sort of in the age of. He's just turned 18, and up to Will Flynn, who's just turned 22, including your Ollie as well. And they're all very strong prospects. Bertie Vella, James Medlow, Max Truman.
Bertie having some good results in the British Open, or a good result.
Yeah.
2 years in a row beating some established professionals.
So
these youngsters, there's a great, and the great thing is that, like I said, Ollie spent some time down with us, and Henry would come down and spend a bit of time. And
those two
Bertie was at school.
Yeah. Henry was here in March.
Yeah.
Where there was Ollie, there was Henry.
Well, they're all hoping to do a bit of travel. Obviously, the under-26 is coming up, but Henry's off to. He's hoping to come down. He's finishing his A-levels in the summer, so hoping to come down to Australia for the Boomerang and spend a bit of time. So. It's just good that they're all out. Yeah, just they've all got serious potential.
Level.
We just need to do whatever we can to support them.
We got to support the future.
So Kieran took a bit of pace off that.
Love.
Which meant it didn't sit up for Ben, which was. Clever shot. You couldn't do much else with that because everything else would be lifting, which means Ben would get to it and he'd be totally out of position. Like. Twice in a row, he's gone low.
That is where you are meant to serve the ball, on the penthouse.
Another ledge. Got away with that. Down the middle was a risky tactic.
15 all.
Again, Ben really needs this game because 4-2 is a tough place to be.
Very.
No. And 2.
Sets down as well.
Another good call from Brett there. Ball lifting, you can tell when they call it ballooning, where it hits the floor and then hits the net strings and goes high.
Yep.
Bit of a giveaway. That looked unreturnable, but
That's
30,
not fun.
15.
somehow
That's
Kieran got a racket on
fun.
that. It was base of main ball, base of tamper, and he still got it back. Ben's thinking, what do I have to do?
What do I have to do? Yeah, that's a lot of fun if you're Kieran, but that is not fun if you're Ben Taylor Matthews.
Yeah. perfectly executed, classic kill shot, came back. Again, he's taking the pace off it. He seems to be doing that deliberately, and it's actually being very effective.
Maybe slightly having Ben out of position too, because he's been hammering those balls. So Ben's default position has come a there's further up the court, and now taking that pace off.
Which
Ben
may be why,
he's
going to have to, yeah. There's that ledge. Yes, because of course Camden stands up at 4 or 5, but he's quick enough to get back to anything. And don't start talking about what him and Tim do in doubles. It's just insane. But Rob calls it the Chizier. So Tim comes halfway out the main wall and Camden just stands in the singles position. Cuts out the main wall and the cut volley. So what else you got left? That's great take. Better than full chase. Lines it up. No move from Kieran. There's no way he's going to get that. It's like a perfect penalty. Soccer, that is.
Reference understood.
Let's talk for the Americans.
Chase. 40-30.
Kieran knows he got away with one there.
Yep.
Just under the breath, get that serve right.
The serve wasn't quite long enough, and Ben chunked it a little bit. Great camera shots here. Ben's done a great job setting it all up.
He has. It's been amazing.
Just take it for granted.
He and Sammy Legg were here until I think 1:45 one morning.
Nearly a yard worse than
I
last
didn't even
gallery.
notice, but Kieran's been biasing himself a little bit to the backhand side.
40-30.
Because Ben's not been going down the line very much.
Very astute observation, Nico.
Don't always talk rubbish. Just most of the time.
.40-30 receiver. Nearly a yard worse than the last gallery.
Big point.
Oh, went for it. So Kieran
closing in on an open final.
I don't know whether you've seen this.
4-2,
Kieran's
4
very
sets.
good to go for last gallery on anything that's a little bit longer. He's treated like the winning gallery. But you're right, 4-2 is.
Just closing in.
Yeah.
Closing in on another open final, I
was going to say,
it wasn't his first one.
No.
This would not be his first one. Was it 2020 he played the Aussie against Chappers in Melbourne?
Oh, I can't remember.
Well,
I was there. But
I've stumped you. I've stumped you with a...
no, it's not difficult.
Who would have been the person before him, the amateur before him to make an open final, the last one?
Snowy.
Yeah.
About 17 of them, and he won quite, no, more than 17, and won quite a lot. And a couple of world challenges as well. If you're watching Kieran on Playbird, which I doubt very much.
6, second gallery, better than 6, 15 love.
Yeah, he was a singles machine. He wasn't about a doubles either, but to be able to beat the top in the world just by line and length and being able to cope with the power that's thrown at you is quite an achievement. I think he won the British amateur doubles either 20 or more than 20 times.
That's an outrageous
It is
number.
outrageous. And all sorts came came after him, but
15 love. Server leads. Chasing second gallery. $30 love. Better than 6. Better than 6.
that's a great turn.
15-30.
Kieran's relentless there.
The start of that point. That point was
40,
ridiculous.
15.
Ben extremely unhappy with himself for missing what he would deem as pretty standard ball.
Game 5 games to 2. 5-2.
Fat lady's warming
Fourth
up.
set.
Kieran looking to absolutely finish this quickly.
He doesn't.
15 love.
Ruthless.
How did you get there?
Second gallery.
As Chappie would say. There we go, bro.
Good shot.
15 love.
That deep from about 2 yards was insane.
He's just not missing him. He's not giving Ben an inch. Ben's not going to go away though.
Okay, needs another chaser to keep the service end.
Worse than 2.
There it is.
Second gallery, worse
So
than
coming up
2.
after this, we have, whenever it finishes,
15 all.
Saskia against Leah, which is going to be a good tussle.
Very good tussle. Saskia telling me this morning she hasn't played Leah in about 4 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's really surprising.
Surprise! Yeah,
I suppose
surprised
we're
me
locked
too.
down in different countries, even
No,
though they're
very
both.
true.
And of course, the most important match today is 3 o'clock. I play Will Flynn in the table tennis. Real tennis, table tennis is like the big thing now.
It's pretty big.
Got a table at Tuxedo as well.
Those of you who don't know what you're talking about, jump onto
15 all.
our
Chase
Instagram,
second
the
gallery.
HRTC, and you'll see some footage of something absolutely ridiculous.
I second that. Here we go. You got it. That's a really nice little chip there. Might have looked nonchalant, but that was exactly what he was going for.
30-15. Chase worse than 2. On the leg.
Moving the ball that was in sight, sensible.
Worse than 2.
What a shot. That wasn't a terrible serve either.
30
Camera
all.
will show the turn on that.
Chase worse than a yard.
That's just too good.
2 in a row.
30 all.
Outrageously good.
Ben needed that.
40-30, worse than a yard.
That would have, if he lost that point, his match point down with worse than a yard. That would have almost been curtains. But yeah, no, Saskia, again, just saying that she hadn't played Leah in about 4 years.
That surprises me.
And her next question surprised me even more. You've hit with her a few times this week. What would you do?
Would you say, I'm staying neutral?
I'm not marking it.
No. Fine. Just don't want to repeat
40-30
it.
receiver. Worse than a yard.
It's a string by the sounds of that.
It's a chase.
Yep.
Time, please.
Yeah, Kieran's one of those, look down with the other, they can actually wear out, not break, but wear through a set of strings in a 5-set match, because they put so much cut on the ball. Yeah, the most strings I've ever seen broken in one instance was 5, Luke Danby, and one of the strings are broken in 2 places and left the piece of broken string in the middle. Actually quite impressive. I've got a photo of it somewhere. That was a great pickup, but just not getting the height.
Advantage. Receiver. Load it up.
Kieran just staying in it, and then when the opportunity arises,
Deuce.
catching that back ball beautifully. That's twice that's happened. That Ben's called time, Kieran's mucked the serve up, and then Kieran gets another go. Right smile on both faces. Oh, what a cut. Took all the pace off it,
Yes.
left the cut on it. Still, the pace had to be right for that to happen.
Yep, he'll take it.
2 yards and better than 2 deuce.
Anything that can...
So if Kieran can close it out with these 2 points, he totally deserves it.
Absolutely.
2-yard chases.
Absolutely.
So what serve do you reckon he's going to do? You're not allowed to wait till he gets in position.
We'll get the high ball.
I think so, for these serves.
Definitely the high ball, I reckon.
Kieran. Going to be his normal waiting position. You've never seen anyone more ready for a ball than Kieran every single time he receives a serve.
Oh, he's so
Take
switched
2.
on.
And he can just concentrate on exactly what's going on.
The look
Watch
on
the
his
racket,
face.
watch the spin on the ball. Debbie, PK, full PK. Probably not intentional.
Advantage server.
3-5.
Better than 2.
Okay, that's the one.
Game.
3-5. Bit of life in this match yet.
3 games to 5, 4th set.
Super. Still relatively
better than
few
a
grills
yard.
and winning galleries. Sorry, dead-ons. Smallest grill in the game.
Level.
Very small. Yep.
What a pickup.
Where's the door?
That was cut down ferocious.
Worse than the door.
Huge pickup.
Level.
What's your next tournament?
Oh, think it's the Victorian Open in May.
Up in Melbourne.
Be Ballarat.
Okay. Yeah. I like the Ballarat court.
So do I.
Cuts nicely.
And it bounces a bit more as well, so I don't have to be as low as someone who's quite tall. It makes life a little bit easier for me. That being said, I shouldn't be happy with being lazy.
Love all has a chase better than a yard. Has a
Doesn't
chase.
work in this game.
No, probably the Vic.
Great shot from Kieran. Switched up. Feigned to the backhand and then went down the forehand channel.
15 Love has a chase worse than the door. Has a chase.
I know what Susie's doing for this.
Has a worse than the door.
Can't have it rather than have the chase. As Paul Tabley would say.
15
good
all.
point.
Last gallery. 15 all.
He's unlucky, but he's so good at that shot.
30-15.
That ran away good. It did. A little bit of wood involved there.
30 all.
Got to be in it to win it.
So we've had a freeze on our scoreboard too.
Yeah. 30 all one chase set, I believe.
Yes, I think it was last gallery.
Oh, Ben doesn't want to do that. That's
30,
match
I
point
think
up.
that
30
brings
last
up
gallery.
Kieran's first match point.
Yeah, I believe it is. Match point with the last gallery
Last gallery
chase.
to beat.
He's going to pump it down the forehand corner at pace. So Ben's going to be trying to cut volley out, basically.
Take it away.
So do you reckon high or PK? Demi.
Maybe.
(40-30) receiver. Last gallery.
It's gone long.
Chase.
That was about 10 foot higher than it was intended. I think he was going either main board or punch it down the bottom corner.
That was not expected.
It's worse than 4. Deuce.
Goes without saying, this is a huge point.
Oh, he got a roller.
4.
So Kieran overhit that
Worse
side.
than 2.
He did.
Caught the back wall, but caught it as a nick rather than clean. If that had caught the back wall properly, that would have bounced out beautifully for Ben. He was in position.
Can't believe his luck or lack of it.
Yeah.
Come on, Ben.
Come on, come on.
Right,
Deuce.
so
Worse
BT has a
than
job to
4.
do.
And he does. Worse than 4, worse than 2. Oh, it's gone out of court. Only in Hobart.
Well, no, to be fair,
receiver.
Kieran put side on that because he had to. So that check side he put on him, half volleying it, meant it went right. There you go.
That's the chase. Deuce.
Kieran won
Second
mine.
gallery.
Again, he's digging those ones for the tight against the
Yes.
ball out very well.
Deuce.
One bounce too many. That's a great shot.
Fantastic pickup from Ben.
He nearly got that.
He nearly did.
Popped
Better
on him.
than the second gallery.
A couple of great pickups in that rally. That was incredible. Can feel how tight it is, even from the commentary van. Can also feel how hot it is in the commentary van.
I'm quite impressed with this though.
Oh, it's a brilliant setup. Brilliant setup.
Advantage. Receiver.
Second match point for Kieran. Better than second gallery. Ben looking like to stick with the demi.
Ben got lucky there. Couldn't capitalise on that.
Better than 4.
Deuce or one chase. Have a comment on the live stream. Come on, Ben. Need you to win for my RT Fantasy League points. With a muscle emoji and a fingers crossed.
Who's this from?
Jane Taylor. Well, his job of winning this has just become a
Advantage
hell of a
is
lot
better than
harder.
4.
Kieran dispatching a main wall and laying a chase better than 4. So Kieran with another match point. Can he close it the third time of asking?
Advantage server.
This time at the service end. The all-important service end.
Back to the railroad.
mind.
Yeah. Wait. Oh no, he's going. Twisting it. He's over hit it again. Uncharacteristic.
I had a horrible feeling on that one. The first one he dug out may have hugged the back wall, but fantastic defence from Kieran. 3 volleys in a row.
And then Kieran
Advantage.
then went for the gallery, didn't
Server.
quite get it.
Kieran put it into an awkward spot.
Great serve.
There it is.
Well,
Game, set, and match.
major credit to Ben. Kieran put on such a display there. And Ben's playing well, but Kieran's just so anyway, stay tuned people for the next match coming up, which is the ladies semi-final.
10 in the match.
Saskia
Kick
Bowman,
two,
Leah Van der
2
Zalm.
kicks.
And before we go, we'd just like to thank our
6-3.
sponsors, Tierney Law, Newtown Station Nursery and Falconer Advisors, as well as I believe the man sitting across from me in the van as a latecomer.
And thank you, as always, to Ben for doing what Ben Gadenbeek does. Bring
Legendary
this to all
stuff.
of you. So, thanks, Jacko.
Thank you, Jonesy.
Signing off.